Here are 5 ways to increase your state and raise your vibration. Hey guys, I'm Laura and I make videos that will awaken your awareness. So we're going to jump right in with number 1 being self-amusement and silly behavior. So just simply amusing yourself throughout your day. I highly recommend doing it, like starting your day doing this, because it sets the tone for the rest of the day, right? So when you're just being silly and you're like just doing things that just amuse yourself, like things like doing things that make you laugh, what you're doing is you're sort of just loosening up the vibe, having more fun with life. Because sometimes people just take life too seriously, like they take it too seriously, and like it makes them more like stiff, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, oh, everything's got to go a certain way, and then if it doesn't, I get annoyed, and it's just like you're too serious about things, and the energy's all like stiff and rigid, and it creates resistance. So instead, it's sort of just have more fun with life. Don't take it so seriously. Just like, and like things I do in the morning as I'm getting ready, I'll just be silly. I might be playing music as I'm getting ready in the bathroom mirror, and then I might just start dancing really funny, being goofy and being silly. But I make myself laugh, and then it just, yeah, it does. It puts you in a really good state for the day, because you're just like it just puts you in that you're not taking life so serious, you're just out to have fun, and the vibe's just more loose and more attractive, and you could like just, it's good to start your day doing this because it's going to set the tone for the rest of the day. But you can still just do it throughout your day, just being silly and just like doing things that make yourself laugh. Or you could even be like at work and just being silly with some co-workers and making you all laugh, like loosening up that vibe. So that's definitely going to change your state. It's just self-amusement and silly behavior. And you can do that like in the comfort of your own home in the morning. So give it a go and see how it changes your state, because it's one of the most awesome ways and quickest ways to do that. Okay, so number 2 is move your body. Sometimes we can feel low, when life can be difficult sometimes. It puts us in low vibe states. And then when you're in a like a low vibe sort of state, like your physiological state's going to change, right? Like let's say if you're like depressed, not really feeling, you're not happy, you tend to be more like slumped over, your head's more down, like your whole posture is just like displays like, a sad or depressed type posture, and it's going to keep you in that energy. So changing your physiological state, I learned this from Tony Robbins. Just by doing that, it changes your overall energetic state. So he'll talk about doing things like standing like Superman or Superwoman, shoulders back, powerful stance, smile on your face. Do that for a couple of minutes, and it changes your state. And again, moving the body as well. Like you could just put some music on, like whatever your favorite music is, and just dance around, moving the body, because what that's going to do as well is it's going to release happy chemicals in the brain. So that's going to raise your vibration as well. So just moving your body or changing your physiological state. So if you are feeling down and you're in a more slumped kind of like body posture, then just be mindful of it, and then simply just make the decision to sort of, bring your shoulders back up, maybe do a power stance, and smile. Even just smiling like for a couple of minutes can change your state. It's one of the things that like my online physical personal fitness trainer, she, like as we're doing workouts with her, like through YouTube and stuff like that, she will tell you throughout the workout to smile. Like she'll encourage you to smile, because it's tricks your brain into thinking you're enjoying the workout. It's the effects that it has on the brain just simply by smiling. So even if you don't feel like smiling, just make yourself do it. Put a smile on your face and do it for a couple minutes, and it will change your state. Number 3 is gratitude. I talk about gratitude a lot because it's really important. It's a really good vibration to be tuned into. So it's a high vibration. It also puts you in a state of receiving. If you can be grateful for what's going on in your life, just grateful to be alive, then the universe is going to give you more things to be grateful for. So that's why it puts you in a state of receiving. And the other thing is when you're practicing gratitude, like say you're just practicing having gratitude for the small things in life that most people just sort of overlook, what that's going to do is it's going to train your reticular activating system to look for the good in the small things in life, which is going to naturally raise your state. So that's why gratitude's a good one. And now there are two ways you can do gratitude as well. So one of the ways is like what I always talk about, which is just thinking of 3 things you're grateful for, like in the morning or in the evening or both. And it can just be simple stuff for like, you know, I'm grateful I have a house. I'm grateful I've got this nice warm bed to sleep in. I'm grateful that I have food and clean water. I mean, some people live in places where they have to walk miles for clean water. We don't. We're lucky for that, but people overlook it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you practice gratitude just for the small stuff, but there's another way you can get into a gratitude type state, and that is simply by you think of things, moments in your past that you're really that made you really happy, like really cool moments that you're grateful to have. So for me, I've been like, I love Eminem. He's my favorite artist, right? I've been in an Eminem mosh pit twice. Once I was in the front row, off to the side a wee bit though, and I had him perform directly in front of me, like he was literally standing right in front of me, and that was just so mind-blowing. So many people would love to have that experience, and they don't get to have it, right? So I feel really lucky for that. And then there was another concert that I was in the mosh. I was about in the 4th row, but I was more in the center. And being that up close, seeing him perform, like, it was amazing. It's like my favorite moments in life sort of thing. So what you do is you think of, you know, a moment in your past that, you know, that you're really happy and grateful to have had. And you visualize it in your mind as if you're there now. Like, you go back in time through your mind, and you visualize like what it was like when you were there, and like what you saw, and like use as much senses as you can, like what you were hearing, what you were seeing, what you were smelling, the feelings you had back then. Like if I think back to when I was in that mosh pit, it was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. And you kind of just take yourself back there through your memory, and that will put you in a really high vibe gratitude type state as well. Now, number 4 is meditation. Meditation's such a great thing we should be doing. It's just so good for our health, and it's something that is just so overlooked in our society. So when you meditate, like, because life is just busy and chaotic, and we're overworked, we're overstressed, we're overstimulated. Most people aren't taking that time to just be quiet and just go within, quieting their chatter, because we all have a monkey brain, like an internal chatter that's consistent, but meditating can help quieten all that down, you know, and like going within can like help calm your nervous system, you know, it gets rid of your stress and anxiety. So just taking that time just to go within and just quieten everything down, and it also can train you to be in a more of a present moment. So most people are either living in the past, they're like focused on things that happened in the past, that you know, something they may have hurt them, and they're still hanging on to it, and they're stuck in the past. Or they could be like thinking about the future, and they could be like too busy worrying about the future and what's going to happen. And most people aren't actually living in the moment that's right here now, this moment right now. People aren't living in the present moment. So when you're meditating consistently, it can train you to be more present, and that's going to put you in a better state. And the other thing is meditation also releases happy chemicals in the brain, which is going to increase your state as well. Now the last one is number 5, playing music. So whatever music is, like, you got to figure out what music's good for you. The way I see it, it's almost like what music gets your soul going. So what I mean by that is, for me, because I love hip hop, right? I really love like 90s boom bap beats, like Dr. Dre beats, you know. But Eminem's my favorite rapper, but I love hip hop in general. But out of all the other artists, like, Eminem gets me more hyped than anyone. Hearing him, like, because when you think about it, they put Eminem's like putting his soul into his music, right? So when we're listening to it, we're vibing off his soul. And I just noticed the way it affects my soul by putting me in such, like, I get hyped. I get so hyped after listening to him spazzing out, rapping, like going hard, and I'm just like, yeah, like it gets me going. One song I've been listening to a lot lately that's getting me like so like amped up and like hyped is the song Chloroseptic Remix. So this song he dropped after Revival didn't do well, right? He dropped Revival, he got a lot of bad feedback over it, or negative feedback, and so Eminem does what he does best when he's in a position like that. He comes back harder, right? So he dropped the Chloroseptic Remix after that album didn't do well, and you can just vibe off him. You can feel him just going spastic over this beat, just like rah rah rah, and like for me, it's just like I can just feel that my soul just gets affected in such a positive way. Like it just gets me so hyped, and I'm just like, yeah, like it puts me in such an awesome state. So personally for me, that's the sort of music I like, but it's going to be different for everyone. So whatever your favorite music may be, or it could even be you can listen to frequencies. There's certain frequencies you can listen to that's going to put you in a good state as well. Some other songs I like to start my day with, I start with these songs in the gym. In the morning, like the first part of my gym session. So that's I'm Good by, I hope I pronounce it right, the Mowgli's. The song's like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, living life just like I should, wouldn't change it if I could. Like, you know, it's like a positive, happy, high vibe type song. And the other one I like listening to is like Happy by Pharrell Williams. That's another great one that can, like, it's a positive sort of song, so that can put you in a great state. And the other one I like to vibe to is, what's that song? Is it George Michael? Wake me up before you go. That song. I can't remember what it's called. But I get hyped off that as well. So it's just figuring out what sort of songs are like upbeat, that get your vibe going. Obviously, again, it's going to be different for everyone, so just figure out what sort of music that you like to vibe to and use that to change your state. So they're my 5 ways to increase your state and raise your vibration. Hope you like this video, guys. If you did, give me a thumbs up or write a comment. And if you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I make daily videos on my channel. So I hope you stick around. Hope I see you on the next one. Peace.